Yo, yo, yo. Ahoy, ahoy. All right. What's up, folks? Good day. Hello, hello, hello. What's going on, folks? Anybody here today? Anybody want to hang out for my stream today? Let's see here. Let's watch stuff about Johnny Somali getting arrested. We got 1 or 2 days ago. Anything today?
Well, there's a new evidence that's coming to my attention, and I'm pretty sure the investigators, whoever's going to prosecute him, whatever they're going to do with him, is going to come to their attention as well. We have obstruction of business, we have theft, we have harassment, we have being a donkey. Yes, that is a crime in 2025. And very soon, his Ultra Demon 3x thousand million times is going to turn into Ultra.
Oh, he wants to apologize now, huh? You want to apologize, Johnny Somali? You're so stupid.
Johnny Somali's back. And so am I. Johnny Somali is back, but this time he's learned his lesson. The world has forgiven him. The Koreans love him. The Japanese love him, even after what they did. I mean, what he did to them. Hiroshima, Nagasaki. Not what they did. They've been fine for quite a while. But things are good now. Watch this clip if you don't believe me. He's just with his friends in some kind of bar or something.
Dude's a fucking
South
idiot.
Korea, and they're drinking whatever it's called. He's live.
I don't know how he hasn't gotten his shit stomped in yet.
Look at this. So much
like in reality, like I don't realize how he hasn't gotten his shit stomped in.
fun. Yay. Times are good. We're all back together now. Unity is alive.
I can tell you, if me and my homies were around back in the day and someone was pulling some slick shit like this, sheesh, they would have got fucking lumped up. They would have got lumped up.
Call the police, stupid ass. Stupid ass. I didn't even drink here.
He's still a bastard. He's still a rapscallion.
He bumped into me. Relax. Hank, let's go. Yeah, I did. Go away. Walk away. Tell him to go back to 7-Eleven. Shut up.
If you're somehow completely clueless as to what's going on with Johnny Somali, let me give you a quick summary, the best summary in the entire world. Johnny has been what the kids are calling acting a fool.
He said, do you know the situation that's going on between North Korea and South Korea? I told him, I'm from America. I don't care. Simple like that. So they trying to charge the National Security Violation Act. That is a problem.
What the kids call acting like a stupid dumbass.
They nuked this shit so shit turned to fall out in New Vegas. No, please, Kim Jong-un, press that button. Press.
He's been doing that in public around the world, but his most recent foolings have been the worst, arguably, and that has been in South Korea.
What'd I do? Why you push me? Bigo. American. You know my name? Oh my God. Why are you acting crazy like this? You know I'm American.
I think this might be the end of his, I think I've said that before, maybe that it's been the end of his thing. I mean, maybe someone will finally punch him in the head.
W stream, are you guys enjoying the stream today? Whoa! Whoa!
Maybe he'll finally FAFO. That stands for f around and find out, I think.
Don't take a video.
My face. What is the reason?
You are arrested.
For what?
No.
For, no. No.
And that's what a lot of people say. They always say that in America. They're always like FAFO, and then I think it's just like a thinly veiled way to say I will shoot you with a gun, because guns are legal, and so is castle doctrine, and so is other things. You know, These things, for example.
Yo, what's up, Trench? What's going on, man?
If you can remember, Johnny was caught causing various forms of chaos in South Korea in public, causing chaos on stage during a live music performance, causing chaos blasting North Korean music on the bus, which, if you didn't know, South Korea and North Korea, they don't really like each other that much. And they haven't for quite a while. He was even causing chaos by making out with the comfort women, aka the statues of peace, or
I'm doing all right. I don't really want to go to the gym tonight.
Slaves to
but what's
Japanese
new?
Soldiers during World War II. So not exactly.
What's new? I don't want to go to the
bring
gym.
A chaotic attitude to.
I'm watching Oompaville talking about Johnny
and he
Somali.
has harassed, I believe, 2 of them. So that's bad, I would say. Cut the lights. Here's Johnny. Here's Johnny causing chaos. Play a woodwind, Johnny. This channel is called @CancelJohnny's. Or Cancel Johnny S, I guess.
It'd be better if you know, someone beat the shit out of him. But
Now, I'll be honest, they're not bringing the
I'm not advocating for violence or anything, you know.
He's just like causing a ruckus in public. He's just such a massive piece of shit. And then here's clip footage of him kissing the comfort women. So these are the comfort women.
I hope so, man. I hope so. I hope the dude goes to jail for a long fucking time. He didn't get beat up. He got punched. There's a difference. There's a big difference. If this, like I said before, if this guy had fucked around, for example, when me and the boys were fucking running the fucking streets, dude would have probably been hospitalized. Dude would have got stream sniped and hospitalized. Dude would have got fucking stomped out. Legit, believe that. Because I could tell you, like, when I was younger, I was a menace. I was a fucking menace. And not like this, though. Not like this, not dumb shit. Yeah. I was a fucking ruffian, bro. I've had lots of fucking fights. I've been in a ton of fights. A skig skag scallywag? A scoundrel, a ruffian, a skig skag scallywag? Right? We were fucking, right? Do drugs, right? Smoke weed, drink alcohol, take pills. Get fucked up. And then out of that, it was like any disrespect. I've fucking beat the shit out of a few fucking people who've disrespected me. One time some guy said he spit in my fucking food at the restaurant he worked at. I beat the shit out of him. But like this type of shit, that's why this surprises me, right? That nobody is going and just fucking completely stomping this fuck. We haven't seen this guy come out with like a swollen ass head. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know where we're going? You know what I'm saying? We haven't seen this guy come out all swollen up and shit, right? Oh yeah, I was a little fucking fighter, man. It was fucking, but I wasn't an asshole. I wasn't like a bully. You know what I mean? I wasn't the guy who's like, oh, let's go push this guy around because he's small. That wasn't it. Shut up, bitch. Shut up, bitch. You a bitch. You a bitch. You just showed up and started talking shit. Make like your fucking name and get lost. Oh, fuck.
And he kisses the breasts of the statue.
Look at this fucking guy. Look at this guy, bro. This guy's a fucking weirdo, man.
He can't even dance very well.
I'm like, this is why I'm surprised this guy ain't getting his ass kicked. Look at this shit, bro.
And his form is bad, and it's just kind of subpar. So yes, this man has absolutely created a name for himself, and that name is to be absolutely despised and disliked by everyone. And finally, he got some karma, because on the 2nd of November, 2024, he was barred from leaving the country to escape punishment. Basically, they said, you can't leave. We're going to punish you. We're going to hurt you. We're going to make you really uncomfortable for extended periods of time legally.
Because of ongoing legal
Buddy's chat didn't even make it through.
Passport has gone through a travel lock, meaning that Johnny is not allowed to leave South Korea until all of this legal bullshit is taken care of.
Buddy's
legal
chat
bullshit that allegedly
didn't even make it through.
Can lock him up in prison.
Buddy tried to talk shit in his fucking chat and caught up in the filter.
This caused Johnny Somali to freak out and realize his mistakes, so he's tried to start and repair his image. And
Buddy tried to talk
amazing.
shit in
Let's
his
see.
fucking
This is
chat and caught up in the filter.
a good person really quick after being caught for being a bad piece of shit guy. Firstly, he apologized to the Korean people by going onto the news and visiting the Statue of Peace again. This time, not oiled up and not fondling their breasts. Better start, I guess.
I want to apologize to the Korean people.
I want to apologize to the Korean people.
You know what I mean? It was just entertainment from
Oh yeah? He's just a comedian. He's the Andy Kaufman of our time.
So to all the people of South Korea, I just want to apologize for what I've done, and I really did not mean to hurt your guys' pride this much, and I will no longer talk about your statue or touch it ever again. I hope that I can live in peace here in South Korea.
I hope I can live in peace here, bro. There ain't no peace for you, bro. You acting a fucking fool around these people.
How that works.
You go into these high trust society fucking
like Japan. He's already
nations, right? And just acting a fool and taking advantage of it.
Just having a little bit of harmless fun. I'm sorry, Korea, but you just don't get down like we do on our content. I look weird. I look extremely contoured. I'm sorry.
So he's obviously lying, and he's obviously not sorry. He did the exact same thing in Japan, where he apologized to just escape justice and then talk shit once he left. Ice Poseidon did the same thing in that other country where he got trapped.
I wanted to make this video to apologize to Mrs. No Brat Oompa.
Look at this fucking guy beside him, bro. Where the fuck did you find this fucking guy, bro? Where did you find this fucking homunculus? Oh shit.
I think they did something gay or something. I forget exactly what they did. He just kind of gay crime or something. I'm not sure. But if you do shit in these countries, it seems like they just...
Look, he's got himself a fucking halfling, bro.
I think they did something gay or something. I forget.
Bro.
I think they did something gay or something. I forget exactly what they did. They did some kind of gay crime or something. I'm not sure. But if you do shit in these countries, it seems like they
that's
just
funny as hell.
and then make you apologize publicly, and then
that shit's funny as hell.
For some reason. No whoopings, no getting tossed in the gulag or some shit. Go to Eastern Europe, 1981. See what happens then, Johnny Somali. Read about the Gulag Archipelago, okay? You'll be building some walls in the middle of the ocean if you're not careful. And I'm not even joking about that either. Thankfully, the South Korean government figured out that Johnny Somali is a lying piece of shit and was not going to
He's a lying piece of shit. Yeah, you don't say.
Lying piece of shit, dumbass antics. His multiple incidents in October and November of 2024, including the statue and more, held him from leaving the country until his trial on March 7th, 2025. And the results of this trial were posted by Atozi, who was actually in the courtroom. That's unbelievable, dude.
So the thing is, we just got out of the trial. It went absolutely terrible for Johnny.
What a crazy, just so in on the, just being there.
There, let's try and pull in some of this fucking bait for
Johnny
fucking.
showed up more than an hour late with a MAGA hat on and a big bottle of water, and he was just screaming at essentially he got in trouble for, number one, wearing the hat, and number two, the bottle.
The court reviewed the 3 charges he would receive, but the 4th charge would be coming soon, so he received 2 counts of minor crimes and 1 charge for obstruction of business.
In the Korean system, once the police decide to actually formally charge you and they send it to the prosecutors, that's pretty much it. That's where you get the 90+% conviction rate. You're pretty much done. If they've decided to go that far, that means they have the evidence to prove the crime.
Therefore, his next trial to decide what to do with him isn't until the 9th of April, 2025, which is just in a week and a half here. And we'll have to wait and see what will happen then.
Oh,
However,
shit.
things
When
aren't
that goes
looking good
down,
for
bro.
him. He's trapped in a country where everybody hates him. He's been beaten up multiple times, and he's been so desperate that he had to run to Ice Poseidon and beg him for money and to help him get unbanned on Kick because he's so fucking broke. And luckily, Ice Poseidon doesn't want anything to do with him either, which is crazy because Ice Poseidon is like also a
He's another piece of shit.
a crypto scamming piece of doo-doo poo, and like they're best friends, they're best buddies. It's pretty epic, dude.
I'm telling you, this is why people hate you. And I'm telling you, this is why I don't want anything to do with you. Because you look for problems. I don't go around looking for problems.
Sometimes I see videos of Ice Poseidon or some little Arabic fellow.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's Ice Poseidon, but it's look very similar. It's this little guy, he's like this tall, and he's got this little small head, but he's got a really large nose. It's like this little guy. I'm not sure, maybe you guys have seen it.
You know who I'm
Obviously, it's
talking
Ice
about.
Poseidon.
Yeah, I know who he's talking
It's this
about.
little
Yeah,
Arabic guy. I don't even know if that's offensive to say, but it's this little Arabic fellow that I've seen lots, and every single time I'm like,
he's got the little tiny shrunken head.
So now
He's got the little shrunken voodoo, dried up shrunken voodoo head.
So he's making $0 streaming, and he's going to court soon. So that might him to serve.
He looked like the
prison time,
fucking
finally.
shrunken up Beetlejuice head.
Please. I would love to see that. I would donate money to some kind of fund in South Korea just to get him to go to prison. Imagine if you could do that. If you could, like, the court of public opinion, you could just get people to go to prison by donating money or being like having
Send him to prison. Off to the gallows. $5 donation. Off to the gallows.
Today.
Okay.
The fourth charge, which he just discovered about the other day, which I brought up on my stream 2 days ago, and he got the notice of in Korean yesterday. Actually, didn't even get it. Sorry. So
Oh, wow.
He didn't know anything about it today, and his lawyer didn't know anything about it.
Yeah, they were pretty shocked.
What a celebration. It's like a celebration for commentary YouTubers and just like slop tubers. Yay! Let's all go hang out at the South Korean court and watch Johnny Somali lose his life behind bars for the rest of time. Yay! That's what I would do. I would donate heavily. I think that they should bring a level of democracy to whether or not people go to jail forever. That'd be cool. We could just all get together and just send someone to jail.
Pay-per-view,
The whole
bro.
Justice system and or whatever, you know. I live
Watch
for justice,
watch
serving
them, you
justice,
know?
innocent until proven, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't care about any of that. That's what my holy relics
Think
for.
some of them dollary dues, huh?
Holy relic.
Yeah.
Cut the lights.
I'm telling you, this is why people hate you. And I'm telling you, this is why I don't want anything to do with you. Because you look for problems.
why people hate you, dude.
I don't go around looking for problems.
I'm Ice Poseidon.
I'll get hang out with you, brother.
I mean, unfortunately, I mean, yeah.
The Hulkamaniacs and the Poseidon maniacs, brother.
It's your fault, yes. I have no problems in
Ice Poseidon said in this video that he doesn't walk around harassing people. He used to do that and kind of still does that a little bit. So.
Oh my God. Oh, sorry. I forgot that was real life.
Who the f is Ice Poseidon? Who the f is that guy, dude? Who are these people? Stop scamming your audience with crypto scams or whatever, dipshit. For like 200 grand.
That electrician
I also
video,
think that
which
Ice
should be
Poseidon
super
secretly
cool
really
if you
likes
watch
Johnny
one of
Somali,
these.
and he's just kind of aware of the negative attention. He's kind of waiting until
Oh, that's
he
that
can
thing.
bring him
What
under
the
his fold
fuck is
when it's
that
actually
even?
Cool
What
when,
is that
you
even?
know,
What
the
is?
charges are dropped in South Korea, if that ever happens. But now that Johnny Somali's court date is coming soon, he's still acting like a fool for some reason on the
Why is
streets of
this
South
fucking
Korea.
here?
He can be seen doing dances in public, wearing shorts and no shirt, acting like he's inebriated on drug.
They want to charge me for doing twerking on the subway.
They want to charge me for twerking on the subway.
He's built kind of like a large baby.
Let's go, Korea! Korea, #1!
This is good content, I guess, right? It looks weird. I got my hand under the desk right now, moving my mouse around. I promise it's not what it looks like. I'm just trying to... This is terrible, dude.
Let's go!
He has the craziest lips between his legs I've ever seen in my entire life.
Oompa's gooning to this. Oompa, you're gooning to this. Oompa's gooning to Johnny Somali.
Sad about this whole situation is that he wasn't born with some kind of like problem. you know? He's like choosing to do this. He doesn't have something he can't control.
He doesn't have something he can't
People
control.
just are a piece of shit because they're crazy and they're like sociopaths. He's just doing this.
There's nothing that he. This is all voluntary. None of this is involuntary.
As you can see in the interview, or you know, when the news makes him apologize, when the countries make him apologize, he looks normal, and you'd be like, oh, you know, he says he's sorry, he doesn't actually mean it, but then you watch him dance like a baby while he's awaiting trial for being a piece of shit. It just doesn't really make a lot of sense. The police did eventually show up and pull his pants out of his extremely deep moose knuckle thing and tell him to stop. I don't know if that's gonna affect his trial in a negative way, but there's something else he did that's gonna affect his trial in a negative way. He committed a
no, we're not really politics. Just fucking Johnny Somali's a fucking dummy.
Fifth charge for Johnny's
You're just waiting to see Johnny Somali get fucking carted off to the fucking gallows.
A popular South Korean streamer named
Just send him to fucking North Korea. Let them have him.
It's a sexual crime. So now he's
although North Korea would probably fucking try to use him as a weapon. Fucking send him around. This fucking idiot. He's a nuisance streamer.
However, some viewers raised questions that the clips look unnatural and speculated that it was created using deepfake AI. Such suspicions seem to have been justified when the original video of the female streamer had no kissing scenes.
Bong Bong said, I just talked to the officers, checked the news, and asked me if I was the person in Johnny's video. They said they will move forward with the case as soon as possible. So get dumbass. Do not send him back to America, though. Send him to space camp. Send him to space camp. Let's send him to space. That'd be fun. Send him to Mars. He can go bother Philip DeFranco up there or whatever. Who's that guy who's in Mars? We need to figure out a better way to put that. Not only is the AI deepfake thing just f***ing wrong and weird, it's also a sexual crime, but streaming this content on top of that could land you, if you're a stupid dumbass, a maximum.
The reason any Asian country doesn't like vloggers now, basically.
I just want to see something happen. I'm team nothing ever
Yeah,
happens,
Thailand,
so far,
fucking
well, but
Philippines,
God,
fucking nobody fucking likes these fucking people.
A while, just a little while, you know? He's just such a fucking dipshit.
Because Vitaly's fucking just got arrested in fucking the Philippines, and I'm like, yo, do you guys have no fucking,
an ugly guy.
no sense of self-preservation? Like, is the self-awareness that fucking low?
Like a level of sympathy to it, but on top
because it's like these are not fucking places. I guess you know it's arguable that Japanese jails are probably some of the better jails in the world, but
Party, and it's like Kick, but even worse. Jack Doherty, I believe, is an owner of Party, and he's streaming on there, so it should be an instant giveaway.
45 people for a fucking wake and bake stream? Is that what I gotta fucking start doing? Is that what I have to start doing?
Very soon. It's the first Web3
Jesus Christ
creator economy, and is owned by this guy Brian Gallagher. I believe he's from the show called what's that show with all the Gallaghers in it? Frank Gallagher. And it's like a family, and they're up to no good. Frank Gallagher from Shameless owns it, so of course it's terrible. That guy's a piece of... Frank Gallagher honestly reminds me a little bit of Johnny Somali. If he had access to streaming software, he'd be like that.
Like wake and bake stream, is that all I gotta do to get fucking 50 to 100 people in here? Just a wake and bake stream? Shit.
They sell NFT passes to watch streams. I don't know. It's the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my whole life. I'm pretty pro technology and pro crypto, but this stuff just all looks bad, and it's got the worst people who exist in the entire world associated with it, which means it's just a gigantic, stupid scam. It's all run through this blockchain nonsense. I don't know, dude. It sucks. Also, their Twitter's been suspended, which has to be a massive red flag for Partisian's NFT. I don't know. Persephone. How about Achilles from
they'll be fine.
Troy, most attractive man ever. Am I right?
They'll be
Comment
fine.
down below.
Yeah.
I'm right about that. Brad Pitt from Troy, most attractive man ever in the entire world, that's ever existed. And he looks like he stinks so bad. But I think it's like good. I think it adds to it. The hell's that sound? Party's Twitter is still up though, and they're still, oh shit, they follow me. Why do they follow me? Oh, they follow 11,000 people. Anyways, this is all very important now because on March 31st, American time, I guess, like today, Johnny was seen on a live stream with another streamer/creator named Alex Novell. He's made videos calling out Mr. Based, aka Joshua Block's handler. So,
here in South Africa.
Tuned in, Alex was tweaking out against his platform and owner Frank Gallagher from Shameless, And I think he was drunk. I don't really know. And I believe so was Johnny. I don't know. This could just be how they are normally. I wouldn't be surprised.
I guess Mr. Bass, I guess Josh Block are more.
How are they giving Mr. Bass and Josh Block so much money, but they're not giving you anything when you're in an actual financial situation where you need money?
He went on a rant asking why Johnny is on
What?
Party and the fact that Mr. Bass and Joshua Block make all this sort of money on Party, but Johnny, who's struggling financially, isn't getting a dime, and just feeling bad for him, basically painting him as a sympathetic character, which is really sad.
Why
You know,
does
you've
this
got
shit keep
Mr.
popping up in the
Bass,
fucking corner?
huge
Fucking
piece of shit.
nonsense.
Joshua Block.
What is this fucking? Why do these stupid little fucking
He gets a
info
pass, kinda,
fucking
right?
blocks,
He gets
man?
kind of like a little bit of a pass, a little bit.
That's
And then
annoying.
you've got Johnny Somali, who doesn't get any pass at all and also isn't making any money, so why is Mr. Bass making money? That dude's a freak. He asked Johnny if Frank Gallagher from Shameless is watching the stream and talking to him, to which he confirms that he is, and says that he's talking to him in regard to how it's ridiculous that Alex is accusing him of using his platform, Party, Frank Gallagher's platform, Party, to mine crypto.
You said Party paid you $0. Has Party paid you $0?
Zero.
For real? Because you said they paid you Solana at one point.
I was just I was lying to you. Zero. He got mad at you for saying that Party does crypto mining.
Which two listings going
The
up?
difference between crypto mining and multi-party computation is so minimal that it's the difference between putting my penis in your butt and f***ing you in the ass.
And that
What?
in and of itself is a
What
totally
the
different
fuck
deep
was
dive,
that?
different
Hey,
deal, but he's
yo,
minimum
fucking
accusing him.
pause. What
And
the
Johnny
fuck?
states he doesn't know shit about that, but wants to move back to streaming on YouTube because he needs money, since Party is supposedly not giving him any money. Probably because he's a risk in general and a criminal, and like he should just be in jail. Here in the video, Alex says that Johnny can recover from all this, and he states that he can come back to YouTube when he goes back to court, that he needs to apologize, wear a suit, and get out of the country. And not one of these suits, or this suit, or like one of these suits, or even one of these suits, but like a real suit, like one of these suits. He needs to flee South Korea, of course, after he makes a good impression on all the judges and the people with powdered wigs and all that stuff. And once he does that and gets off Party where the f***ing losers are, he'll be fine, maybe.
Johnny can actually come back. Johnny can actually.
Don't lie.
You can actually come back from this shit. You don't have to be on Party where all the fucking losers are.
So look, I'm on YouTube.
Johnny, you need to, when you go to court on April 9th, you need to follow my advice and apologize.
Bro, they gotta throw this. They gotta throw this guy in a fucking cell for fucking 5 years, 5 years or so. I think 5 years is like a lot for what he did, but anything less would be too little to make an example out of him. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying, dog? This guy here.
This scumbag IRL streamer was just arrested in the Philippines after spending a day harassing, threatening, and stealing while documenting all of this on his live stream. It's always fascinating that these IRL streamers believe they won't receive any
This
consequences.
is crazy, bro. This whole like wave of fucking
attention on the internet.
IRL streamers like going to fucking Asian countries to be a menace.
The guy we're talking about today is no different, as he's now facing some serious charges in the Philippines. Because remember my last video on him, we covered him stealing a mall security motorcycle, stealing mall security guards' hats, stealing a mask.
Yeah, like
from a
this shit's
stand,
crazy, bro.
Stealing an industrial fan from a restaurant, and then threatening to rob an elderly lady, then harassing countless people. And in that video, I said I wouldn't be surprised if he was arrested by the time this video was out. Well, it took a few extra days, but it happened. But after that original stream of his running around harassing people in the mall, someone who saw my video actually went out and confronted him.
There's been videos about you that have come out, and they've been showcasing like the bad things that you do, but what about the good? Like,
have you seen the good, what I've been doing?
They don't show it as much. And so I'm wondering, what's it like for a streamer when people don't show the good?
That's a good question because it frustrates me, but I just started streaming. I don't have a team. My team left me, so I'm getting clippers and I'm getting everybody, yeah. Why, what'd you see? Have you seen what I've done the last 4 days, 5 days?
Do you know there's a content creator named Atozi?
No, I don't know who that is.
He just did a video on you 5 hours ago.
Saying what?
Saying that you were harassing people here in the Philippines.
Yeah, and what about me donating over $20,000 in the last 2 days?
Dude, 20 grand is irrelevant if you're out here harassing strangers in public for content. Like, that's awesome and very kind of him to donate $20,000, but it doesn't excuse his terrible behavior.
Just go donate
also,
and
shout
fucking
out to this
do it
man
as the
for actually
tax
trying to
write-off
have a
and shut
real
the fuck up
conversation
about it,
with him and
right?
question his scumbag behavior.
Oh, I made a
Spelling my
giant
name in the captions there,
donation.
that's just
So I can be an
diabolical.
asshole
But
now.
Unfortunately,
What?
this interaction
Bro,
gets
just
so much
fucking
worse for Vitaly.
Make the fucking donation, shut the fuck up, and use your tax write-off. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
My editors are working on it, and I'm gonna release the
Why
truth.
is this? Why
I'm
is this
saying
hard?
when it happens, people don't broadcast that as much.
Yeah, but I don't get. For me, when you know what I mean, then I'm back on top. For me, when people talk, that's how I know I'm doing the right thing, because people want to bring me down when you're up. When you're down, nobody cares about you. When you're up on top, everyone wants to bring you down.
No, we're just sick and tired of streamers harassing strangers in public for their content. Like, I believe in the simple right of you should be able to enjoy your day in public without some scumbag IRL streamer harassing you for profit, no matter what country you're in.
So who is the creator, Chad? Not you. Who's the creator that talked about me?
Tozy, but he's
Tozy. He has like 1,000 subscribers.
No. He's got like 1 million or so. He's not.
Wow.
I mean, the amount of followers I have, that's irrelevant. I was simply
Let's see how many
his
followers he
scumbag
has.
behavior.
Let's see.
And honestly, I was just kind of shocked that this is what
Almost
Vitaly
2
was doing
million.
for content now. Bro went from being
That's
like
fucking.
one of the largest YouTubers on the platform.
That's the point where you're doing this as a profession, guys. 1 million fucking 2 million subs. You're probably doing this as a profession. Like, why the fuck does he? Why does he like snub his nose at that like it's nothing? That's funny because what? Oh, fuck these idiots, man.
So being a Johnny Somali knockoff, sometimes the mighty really do fall.
The thing for me is like, so
It's frustrating. It's frustrating that they're so good. That's your answer.
you show up in a country like this and you have your team start around, they fuck you over, right?
No, what do you mean? So, have you watched all the VODs or not?
I haven't.
Exactly. So you don't know what's going on. So why are we still talking?
Buddy, your streams are like 5 to 9 hours a piece. And the stream that I covered in
Right,
my
I
last
can't
video,
sit here
we
and
spent,
watch
like,
your
2
fucking
hours
nonsense.
programming
And nobody's sitting here watching your nonsense for. I'm not one of your idiots who fucking watches your stream. I know what you're doing,
that you had
right? Like so.
where you were nice, but when you act like that, being nice won't help you too much.
You asked me a question. How
Yeah, that guy in the mall. That guy in the mall, but he got popped. Like, yeah, you fucked with the wrong one.
Told you, my editors are editing, and I don't need to prove anybody. Jesus,
You needed to prove anything to anybody.
I know.
My editors are editing.
My editors are
Wouldn't
editing.
have to edit anything if you didn't act like a scumbag for attention on the internet.
Like what happens behind the scenes?
My editor Ed is editing it.
People here and you're messing around with them. I know it's a joke to you, but for the people here, they work hard, bro.
And guess what? And I tip them. What do you do? Exactly.
I run
And I tip them.
and I provide housing for the.
So you came just to talk, right?
I'm not talking shit.
So why are you
I'm asking you why even make that content? Genuinely.
Because
like I'm speaking up for a large majority of people.
Shut the fuck, because I do whatever the fuck I want. What are you gonna follow me?
Yeah, he does whatever he wants until the consequences catch up to his actions, which they seemingly have by now.
Hey, what? What are you gonna do?
See, the thing is
I'm
like
tell your viewers that you guys are better than this. You
he
don't have
fucks
to watch
around in the
people with others and
Philippines.
putting them down. You need to lift people up for a living.
And what do I do? You haven't watched all my
I haven't
VODs.
watched your streams.
Yeah.
You're a piece of shit. And I came here to say that to everybody. You're a literal piece of shit.
Perfect, amazing. Jesus loves you too. Let's
Have a
go.
good one.
Yes, don't touch me before I knock you out.
You're not gonna knock me out.
Oh yeah? What are you gonna do?
I guarantee you're not gonna knock me
Yo, back off.
out. Yeah.
Oh, what are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about it? You came with security? If I didn't have this camera right now,
I don't have security either. I'm literally just as big as you.
Okay,
You don't
cool.
need to solve with violence, bro. Words are.
I'm trying to walk away from you, and you're trying to follow me, so you're harassing
I'm
me now.
calling you out for being a piece of shit.
Okay, I am a piece of shit.
Wow, we're currently watching the
Yep.
harasser get harassed with common sense.
He's
and
getting
decency.
pressed. Vitaly's getting pressed by a nice guy, bro.
I'm not trying
Bro
to get
getting
forward
pressed
right
by
now.
a
I'm not
nice
gonna lose my
guy.
safe deal with you,
Sheesh.
bro. Why are you following me, bro?
Why you gotta come here and mess with the locals, though? For real.
But don't talk
There's
to
a
me.
lot of people in your stream that don't like you.
Okay, good.
Bro getting
And guess what, bro?
pressed.
If I didn't, I swear to God, if I...
You swear
Well,
to
so
God,
what,
there's no God here. It's just me and you.
Oh, so you're gonna do something, right? So you're gonna attack me, right? You're gonna attack me, right?
I'm not gonna.
Chat, what should I do?
Bro, I speak for a lot of people when I say.
Okay, cool. I'm leaving.
It's pathetic when you come
Don't
here
go-
and you with the locals
All right.
for views.
Okay, I'm
These
not.
people here, they work hard, and they deserve actual recognition, not you coming here fucking.
I know I'm tipping people, brother.
It's interesting that he's so worried about his kick deal, but not worried about
Bro
going to
got
prison in a
pressed.
foreign country. It's amazing how stupid some streamers can be. There is no kick deal for
Oh,
you
shit,
if you're
that's
in
great.
prison in a foreign country, and now it looks like that's
You
exactly
know
where
you're
he's
going to
headed,
prison
as he
in a
was just
fucking
booked and
country
read
that
his
like
Miranda rights.
hates you. What are you doing, bro?
Are you inspired by the Betsky? Yes. Yeah. Good evening. Okay.
Oh, he don't get it, bro. He don't get it. Look at it. Look at this face. Look, he don't get it.
You say can be used against you in any
Oh, he don't get it.
Okay.
Bro is gonna be doing choreographed fucking dance inside one of these Philippine prisons next fucking year, boys. Bro gonna be in there doing the Michael Jackson Thriller shit. Oh, with all the other fucking inmates.
Yes. My question is,
why is this dude smirking and smiling at the camera when your freedom is on the line? Why don't you just lock in and act serious? Why would anyone want to increase their chance of
boys, we need anything that's good. Anything that's good that happens during the stream.
As they both
remember the stream
way now.
and the timestamps, and we need to put them into Discord so I can clip them up.
At his trial. This is
so anything fun that happens that you want clipped up,
broadcasted on Filipino news over there.
I can clip them up easily now. I just want to get everybody to have the timestamps and the link, and we'll put it in the Discord where we can put a little room or something, a thread where we can drop them.
Global City in Taguig. According to the Immigration Bureau, Zdrowecki, who has 10 million subscribers on YouTube, is facing multiple complaints related to videos showing him harassing security guards and stealing an industrial fan from a restaurant while live streaming.
I have to admit, the Philippines were really quick to arrest him, and I'm worried he's in so much more trouble than what he realizes.
The BI also notes the vlogger showed no remorse after his arrest.
Talagang gawa niya to sa iba't ibang bansa, and hindi itong first time na nahuli siya, nakulong siya dahil sa mga disruptive na mga activities. Walang ka-remorse. Very smug pa yung itsura niya doon sa mugshot niya. Yung video niya po, habang binabasahan siya ng Miranda rights, nagkikiss pa siya, nagpa-flying kiss pa siya doon sa camera na nakatutok sa kanya. So parang na-enjoy niya po yung yung limelight na dulot ng kanyang
kaguluhan.
Yeah, sure. Local case dito sa Pilipinas,
we get this dubbed?
Ng deportation case. Kung sakali po na magkaroon siya ng local case,
deportation, don't deport them, bro. Throw them in prison.
Ng pagkakabilanggo.
And every time someone comes over to your country and fucks around, you need to say, hey, remember this guy? And then show like a miserable picture of them in prison.
Fines, then you can finally get deported. The big difference, though, is Vitaly, unlike Johnny, actually has money, so he can afford a good legal team. So it'll definitely be interesting to see what happens. But they aren't just leaving it with Vitaly. They're also going after his cameraman.
Meanwhile, investigators are working to identify and file charges against the Filipino cameraman who accompanied Zdrowecki during the filming of those videos.
Isahabol namin ngayon yung pangalan niya. Nakipag-coordinate kami doon sa hotel kung saan sila nakatira. At yun nga ang hihabol namin ngayon. Ihabol yung Pilipino.
Uh-oh, they trying to track down the caravan. Jeez, that's
seriously, and they won't just deport Vitaly. And I also saw a comment on one of these videos saying that on the Filipino news,
and they will definitely make an example out of his boy who's behind the camera.
2 counts of theft.
Like, oh, you co-signing this fucking bullshit? Oh, really?
Also calling on the civilian locals who are harassed by him, as seen on his stream, to come forward and file complaints for unjust vexation. And this is so the police can continue to build a case against him. Apparently, the police anti-cybercrime unit is also looking into a case to see what cybercrime charges can be filed against him as well. For those that don't know, Philippine cybercrime's unjust vexation laws are very broad in reach, so pranks and jokes can easily be turned into a solid case by the police. It's one of the reasons I'm always on my best behavior when I'm in this country. That makes sense. And in my head, the Philippines would be close to the top of the list of countries that I would not want to mess around in. But it's safe to say it'll be interesting to see how things pan out. I missed my upload yesterday because I was in bed with a fever. Still have a fever, but we're pushing through. So hey, excuse the lower energy than normal and the more nasally voice. But hey, if you're new here, feel free to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. And hopefully I'm feeling a lot better. I'll see you soon. Peace.
And hopefully one of these assholes are in jail.
You see, that 7-Eleven right there is where pretty much the most hated live stream in the world made one of the worst decisions.
All right. What are you guys up to today? Who's all here? Can we get a chat check? Chat check. Toast and Trencher here hanging out today. Thanks for being here, boys. It's been slow, man. I knew once we hit 90%, it was going to get slow. But man, we are right before 90%, and the fucking the view hours are going slow. Yeah, we've had it was maybe 2 hours difference in views from yesterday to today. Now it's back, so it's probably counting over the weekend where we didn't we weren't really streaming. But it's crazy. Let's see what else we got here. All right. What else we got here? Yeah, this guy's funny.
This alpha male influencer who's facing up to 25 years in prison for assaulting a guy in a gym has now been caught on camera threatening to fight another person in the exact same gym.
What?
She's trying to fucking live off my name. Hey, am I 5'8"? Am I 5'8"? Get the fuck out of here. That's what I want to find out. Get out of here, yo.
Dude's facing up to 25 years in prison and he's still more worried about beating the 5'8" allegations. How is this guy a real person? But Wes Watson, he's starting to become a topic that just keeps on giving, as there's obviously now even more footage of him threatening yet another person in the same gym in Miami. I've done 2 videos on this guy so far, but as a quick recap, Wes is a self-identified alpha male motivational coach who's recently been trading gym gains for jail chains, faster than you can say roid rage. He first gained some fame during his 10-year prison stint. After he got out, he tried to turn this prison-hardened mindset into a millionaire lifestyle, which he successfully did. But the only thing is he seems to have mastered the art of just selling hot air, because if you ask any of his clients, who, as I covered before, a lot of them have been sounding the alarm of their coaching programs, where apparently Wes Watson cancels over and over again and sometimes completely ghosts them or pawns them off to someone else that Wes hired, so it's not actually a personal coaching service. I mean, it's safe to say that this guy has his ego take the wheel, and surprise, he's now facing felony battery charges after he thought it would be a great idea to just throw down at his gym. You know,
so we're creeping up on 90%
for
this channel's few hours.
Another fitness influencer.
90%. I figured things would slow down.
Fitness influencer, like the whole
around the last 10%.
I mean, the guy who attacked Jeff Nippard also kind of looks exactly like Wes Watson, so it seems to be an ongoing theme with these guys here. But for Wes, this does seem typical for him, considering that according to the guy he assaulted in December, he has a habit of inviting people to come fight him.
They just randomly attack you for no reason? They just
No,
went up?
he said he wanted to fight me.
When? Today?
Was it verbal over their text?
It was through Instagram.
Okay, so he.
Want to fight him or no?
That's what I came here for. It was a one-on-one, to be like a one-on-one, but he they jumped me.
And then when they show up to fight him, he beats the crap out of them and claims self-defense. While it is important to note, the other guy.
Well, I mean, don't fucking maybe don't show up to somewhere else to get your ass beat, right?
His friends.
Yeah, let's go fight this fucking guy in his gym where clearly he's got 3 or 4 guys waiting to kick my ass. Sure, yeah.
Just thrown out of the window with that. But I haven't heard of Wes until his arrest in February. And
some fucking guy who's fucking famous for making jail videos.
First thing is, you have to know you're better than everybody.
The reason he got on my radar is because he beat the crap out of the guy that came to his gym in Miami. And yeah, I know how ironic it is that an alpha male roid rage influencer got arrested for fighting in his own Miami gym. The jokes just kind of write themselves at this.
Have you guys heard about you guys know the Rafael Torres story? This is like a whole thing. One sec here. This here. We'll watch this. We'll watch this in a second. Yeah, we'll watch this in a second. I'll be right back. I need to feed the cats and stick around. We'll watch this in it. This is wild, this shit. MMA's most deadly fake record, whatever the fake record from, What is that title even? MMA's most deadly fake record fraud. What is a deadly fake record fraud? Bro is just trying to jam as many words into the fucking title that don't mean shit. Bro, tell us you just want to fucking hit as many fucking words in the title as you can. Most deadly fake fraud, fake record fraud. Fake record fraud. What the fuck? Weirdest title. All right, I'll be right back and we'll watch this. We'll get into this fucking rabbit hole. All right, I'm going to start this up while I have a bite to eat.
And it was with the cover of this chaos that a Brazilian man by the name of Rafael Torre would
Stop
find
lying
his
about the
way
fucking
into
stream or I'm going to ban you.
mixed martial arts scene. Boasting a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, an illustrious Navy SEAL career, and an undefeated 14-0 MMA record, Torre swiftly embedded himself within the MMA community as both an expert and an enthusiast. But the more Rafael shared about his life, the more his story began to unravel, and he would leave the MMA scene in a cloud of controversy, with accusations his career in the Navy SEALs was a fabrication, his jiu-jitsu skills were a sham, and his undefeated 14-0 MMA record simply did not exist. In fact, there were even doubts about his real name and nationality. As if his fraudulent exploits weren't enough, Torre would later become entangled in a shocking murder case, accused of attempting to pay a UFC fighter to do a hit for him. This video tells the wild and almost unbelievable story of Rafael Torre, MMA's most deadly fraudster. But before we get into discussing today's fraudster, I want to talk about avoiding fraudsters with the help of today's video sponsor, Aura. These days, the odds of our data falling into the hands of scammers and criminals is higher than ever, thanks to a constant stream of data breaches at companies we entrusted to properly secure our personal information. For example, a staggering 2.9 billion records were compromised in the National Public Data Breach, with the compromised info including full names, addresses, phone numbers, and even social security numbers. Personally, my own data has been exposed in breaches at StockX and Adobe. Not even someone as elusive as Anderson Silva can dodge these attacks. But that's where Aura comes in. Aura offers a comprehensive suite of tools to keep you safe from scammers and fraudsters. Its identity theft protection scans billions of data points to alert you immediately if your personal information has been compromised. If someone tries to open a credit card or loan in your name, Aura's financial fraud alerts notify you within minutes, so you can act fast and stop the thief in their tracks. Aura also includes a VPN, an antivirus, a password manager, and even a data broker opt-out service. Plus, their 24/7 US-based support means you'll always have someone to turn to when fighting against online fraudsters. Aura packages all of these services in one app at one affordable price. I'm not leaving myself and my family vulnerable to data breaches and brokers, and if you don't want to either, you can go to aura.com/Norera to try 2 weeks of Aura for free. That will be enough time for Aura to find out if any of your personal data is currently exposed. Thanks again to Aura for sponsoring and supporting the channel. Let's get into the video. With the poor state of the sport in the late 1990s, the barrier to entry for MMA journalism, especially at the regional level, was non-existent, with very few people daft enough to commit themselves to traveling up and down the country to cover a sport people weren't too interested in reading about. But one man would enter the MMA journalism scene and began to separate himself from the journalistic pack, covering any and every MMA event he could find along the west coast of the US. His name was Rafael Torre, and his stated mission was to do his part to grow the sport he loved by giving it the coverage that it deserved. Rafael's love of MMA was instilled in him by his Brazilian father, who was himself a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and had personally groomed and trained his son into following in his footsteps, with Rafael himself eventually earning a black belt of his own. Rafael's status as a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt gave him immediate credibility in the MMA scene, with his credentials showing he was just like the fighters that he was now covering. But Rafael Torre was more than just a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. He had also had a distinguished career in the prestigious Navy SEALs, serving his country and further proving his toughness and mental fortitude. But the cherry on top, not only was Rafael Torre a complete badass, but he'd also stepped into the cage and proved it, boasting a 14-0 undefeated record in mixed martial arts. Unfortunately, as he would tell those listening, due to the primitive nature of MMA at the time, all of his 14 fights had not been documented, and they took place in small venues and gyms with nobody to vouch for their existence, forever lost to the sands of time. A tragedy, but nobody doubted the prowess of a man so committed to martial arts. Torre applied the same work ethic that had allowed him to flourish at BJJ and in the Navy SEALs to his journalism, prolifically attending events and releasing blogs and exclusive interviews secured with the top fighters of his era, such as Ken Shamrock and Tito Ortiz. The fighters themselves enjoyed their interviews with Torre because he was one of them, and he understood the sacrifices that needed to be made to compete in MMA. Torre also struck up friendships with the likes of Joe Rogan and Eddie Bravo, embedding himself in the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu community thanks to his charismatic personality and high energy, which was aided by an addiction to speed. And when Rafael Torre wasn't getting attention and building his reputation at events, he was at home talking up himself on the various MMA forums of the time, furthering his notoriety as a man who had done it all. But eventually, Torre's incessant bragging and self-promotion would land him trouble when he ran into a certain Sheikh Tahnoon bin Zayed Al Nahyan at one of the events he was covering. Sheikh Tahnoon, a prominent member of the United Arab Emirates royal family, was the biggest martial arts promoter in the Middle East and had developed a love for Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu while studying in the US. This love of the sport would compel him to use a small portion of his vast wealth to create the ADCC Submission Fighting World Championship, the world's premier grappling tournament of the time. When Sheikh Tahnoon was introduced to Torre and began to hear about his amazing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu skills and undefeated MMA record, the Sheikh wanted to see it for himself, and he did not hesitate in offering Torre a spot to compete on the next ADCC Submission Fighting World Championship. Put on the spot, this was an offer that Torre couldn't have refused without looking silly, and he agreed to compete at the event, marking the first time that his friends in the martial arts community would get to witness his top-level skills on display. The only issue was, his top-level skills did not exist. Rafael Torre was a complete and total fraud, with no Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu skills to speak of. He had not been training since he was a kid, his dad was not a black belt with nobody having ever heard of him, even though this alleged black belt would have been earned during a time where there were barely any black belts in existence. And in fact, Torre had even lied about his dad being Brazilian, and he had no Brazilian blood in him. His entire BJJ journey was a complete fantasy that was
dude is a fucking dude is a fraud.
ADCC. I'm almost surprised he went through with competing at ADCC, given he must have known what was to come. But perhaps he was deluded enough to think that he could just figure out how to tap out a black belt on short notice. Sheikh Tahnoon organized a grappling match with Bo Hirschberger, a legitimate black belt under Rickson Gracie. On paper, it was a showdown of equals. In reality, it was anything but. Hirschberger dispatched Torre in under a minute, exposing Torre's complete lack of grappling skill to the astonishment of onlookers who had endured Torre's relentless self-promotion. Fortunately for Torre, this humiliation wasn't captured on film, a small mercy in the pre-social media era. But there was no denying that those who attended ADCC would never view Torre the same way again, and the same fate would await Torre when he foolishly accepted an invitation to roll with Eddie Bravo on the mats at Eddie's gym. Again, I have to question why on earth he would accept this invitation given he knew he wasn't a black belt. But Torre traveled to his friend Eddie Bravo's gym, intent on trying to prove his imaginary credentials against a true expert in the sport. Predictably, this went horribly, as Joe Rogan would recall on his podcast.
He was telling everybody he was a black belt, and Eddie rolled with him. And I remember him coming back to me, and he's like, "That guy's not a black belt." And I go, "What, you sure?" And he goes, "Dude, he don't know anything. Like, it was too crazy. It was like it was like a white belt."
Initially, Eddie Bravo thought Torre's poor performance on the mat might have been due to nerves or him going super easy for whatever reason. But as Bravo reflected on the encounter and discussed it with others in the BJJ community, the truth became glaringly obvious. Torre was a complete and utter fraud who had been lying to his face for years. Incensed, Eddie would call Torre and demand to know if he was actually a black belt. Realizing he'd been caught out, Torre would panic and claim his black belt was actually in Japanese Jiu-Jitsu rather than Brazilian, an excuse that Eddie Bravo did not buy at all, branding Torre a liar and cutting him off from his life completely. Between the ADCC fiasco and now being exposed by influential members of the West Coast martial arts scene, Rafael Torre's reputation had been severely dented, and he would make a retreat from the fighting scene for almost a year. But he couldn't face walking away forever from the connections he'd made and the persona that he'd built. And so, in a desperate attempt to regain credibility, the alleged 14-0 Rafael Torre would come out of MMA retirement for one last fight. But it wouldn't just be any fight to drag such a legend out of retirement. This was a grudge match. Torre allegedly had simmering beef with his opponent Ioka Tianu, a heavyweight who claimed to be a former student of Rafael before they'd fallen out and started feuding. The fight unfolded at King of the Cage's notorious Wet n Wild card, which was held outdoors in a torrential downpour that completely soaked the cage. Yet even a literal monsoon wasn't enough to wash away the stink of what Torre was about to serve up. The bout was promoted as his 15th career fight, despite no evidence of the previous 14, setting the stage for a bizarre spectacle. Now this might shock you, so sit down and brace yourself.
Oh, it might
But
shock
this
us.
bout was not
Relax,
actually
boys. It
real
might
fight.
shock us.
Rafael Torre had made up the backstory of the feud, paid off his opponent, and won via submission in less than 2 minutes by a knee bar after his opponent graciously gave him his leg and tapped out before his knee was even fully extended. Far from redeeming himself, Torre's staged victory only furthered his reputation as a con artist. The sham fight destroyed any remaining credibility he had and left him ostracized in the MMA community, branded a compulsive liar for the years of deceit. Torre would once again disappear from the MMA scene in the aftermath of this embarrassment.
But he came out of retirement
Absence,
and hiding just to double down.
would emerge even further. Given the obvious
This shit
lies
gets
around
so
his
much
MMA
crazier, guys.
and black
Wait
belt,
for it.
It was
Just
clear
wait.
Torre was also lying about his decorated career in the Navy SEALs. But it seemed Rafael Torre had a severe compulsion for making stuff up, with one story emerging from a former friend of Torre who claimed Torre had asked him for a ride to a forest nearby, claiming he was going to compete in an underground fighting championship. He asked the friend to pick him up in 2 days from the same spot outside the forest, and when his friend returned after 2 days, Torre was waiting for him with a trophy that he had allegedly won at this totally real underground fight card held in the woods. Another deception was exposed when it was revealed that Rafael Torre had even made
Bro got main character syndrome, dog.
Ralph Bartel. But the circumstances of this lie being exposed were completely wild, with Rafael's name being revealed only because he had been arrested on charges of murder. Since stepping away from the MMA scene, Rafael Torre had started a relationship with a woman by the name of Angelina Richards. There was just one issue with Angelina. She was married. Rather than divorce her husband and start a new life with her new lover, Rafael and Angelina hatched a depraved plan to secure the finances for their new life together, and unfortunately, it involved murdering her husband. She convinced her husband to take out a life insurance policy while she plotted behind his back with Torre about how they would get him out of the picture and get the money. Luckily, thanks to his connections, or what remained of them in the MMA scene, Rafael Torre felt he knew just the man with the skills and desperation to get the job done. He would contact Gerald Strabent, a former UFC fighter, and offered him $10,000 for carrying out the hit on the husband. But unfortunately for Torre, Gerald would decline to be involved, leaving him out of options. Unable to find a hitman willing to help, Torre took matters into his own hands, literally. He lured the unsuspecting husband to a gym he co-owned, and then ambushed and killed him with a rear naked choke in a chilling, premeditated attack that revealed just how much of a lowlife he really was. Of course, there's some irony in the fact that a fake Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu master committed murder with a rear naked choke, but unfortunately, this is a tragic incident. In the aftermath, Rafael would call Gerald Strabent and claim he'd killed the husband, but it was in self-defense after his affair with the man's wife had been rumbled. He asked Gerald to provide him with a made-up alibi to try and avoid going down for the crime, but Gerald refused to help Rafael, and he was on his own. It might have seemed like Rafael was completely screwed now, but remarkably, more than a year passed after the murder with no arrest. A confident and well-practiced liar, Rafael's self-defense argument seemed to be winning out, with no evidence to contradict the notion of an enraged husband coming at Rafael with a gun and forcing his hand. Unfortunately for Rafael though, his failed attempt at hiring a hitman was about to come back and bite him, as Gerald Strabent, fearing Rafael was getting away with the crime, decided enough was enough, and he went to the police to divulge the bounty that he had been offered to carry out the murder. Arrested and charged with murder, Torre clung to his self-defense claim, portraying himself
King
as the
Pibble?
victim of an enraged husband
What the hell's
with a
that?
gun. But his lies unraveled under scrutiny yet
Give
again.
me money
The
now.
jury
What?
completely saw
What?
through his
Bro, I'm
fabrications
broke.
and convicted him of premeditated murder. Rafael Torre, or Ralph Bartel, was given a sentence of life without parole, marking a grim end to the saga of a man who had lived a life consumed by delusion and lies. On a bit of a side tangent, it appears that Rafael Torre's belief that Gerald Strabent was capable of killing wasn't actually too far off base, as a decade after Rafael was jailed, Strabent was involved in a road rage incident that resulted in a 53-year-old man being shot dead. Though Strabent was found guilty of criminally negligent homicide and served less than 3 years behind bars. Rafael Torre, on the other hand, is still behind bars in a California prison where he has been for the last 20 years, and he will remain behind bars for the rest of his life, no doubt subjecting the rest of the inmates to his countless stories of made-up nonsense as he slowly withers away. The end. Thanks for watching the video. Please drop a like if you enjoyed, and check out my video on Khalil Rountree's journey from super morbidly obese teenager to elite MMA fighter. Subscribe to the channel if you want more videos just like this one, and I'll see you in the next video.
I love how they added a fucking game chat button to the new Nintendo, and they're acting like it's the fucking biggest thing in gaming ever. Like, game chat. No one fucking cares, Nintendo. This is fucking stupid. It's fucking dumb. What is this? Listen to this fucking stupid shit. Game chat.
I am saving Hyrule right now. Let me show you.
Saving Hyrule. My hero.
Oh, let me share this with you in 2 fucking frames per second.
You're still there, Ash? Come on.
I don't know what to say, man.
Hi.
This is just shitty Discord.
See you guys.
Hey, Jen.
Hey.
Wait, Jen, are you working today?
Later.
What is that? Are you a... Jen, are you a duck?
Oh, I'm a goose.
What?
Okay, I have to take a closer look at this.
I haven't seen this before. That's so random.
So basically, you have all these tasks to do, like steal them.
For like a cave.
That looks horrible. That does not look good.
Where are we racing?
Ooh, what about shy?
Let's see here.
The Breakfast Club is one of the most iconic radio shows in hip-hop, and they have interviewed a ton of huge artists. But these interviews don't always go well. From heated arguments and guest crying to people straight up leaving, these are the most intense moments in Breakfast Club history.
Oh, this should be great.
Starting off with the Beanie Siegel interview.
This should be
Charlamagne
great.
the God, DJ Envy, and Angela Yee have interviewed tons of people over the Breakfast Club's 15-year run. And while there are a bunch of classic interviews which highlight the show's good side, there are quite a few heated moments that have taken place on the show as well. And Charlamagne in particular is known for pushing the guest buttons. So a perfect example to start with is the 2016 Beanie Siegel interview. Beanie Siegel is most known for his early connections with Rockefeller Records. Overall, he's pretty well liked in the industry and is even credited for giving Ye the nickname Yeezy. Before this interview, there was a little bit of tension because Charlamagne had made some comments about Beanie Siegel and Meek Mill's beef, suggesting that Beans was wishy-washy. So from the start of the show, Charlamagne jumped right into it, addressing the tension.
Now, we've had some opinions about each other over the past month or so. I heard you on Tax Podcast.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I was questioning you with your diss records, man. You sounded like a hater lately, man.
A hater?
Yeah.
How you say that? A hater?
Because I feel like, you know, you put out 2 diss records, but then you was in the studio with me like 8 days prior to the first diss record. And I'm like, if anybody else did that, I think you'd be saying that was a sucker move. That's kind of snakish.
I don't think you qualified to even say I sound like a hater because you don't know all the particulars. So how you qualified to say I'm a hater? Hate on what?
Well,
and why?
I'm just telling you based
But
on what you see.
why do you say I'm a hater?
Because, you know, everything is that used to be me and I used to be in that position.
When did you ever hear me say that?
Real quick, you might have noticed the pissed off meter they had in the corner, and the floating head is Fredro Starr from Onyx, who had one of the most heated Breakfast Club rants of all time.
Why we got an issue?
Because the way you brought up some shit on some slick shit, I ain't with all that, B. I'm a real nigga.
Oh, you talking about the
Yeah, I'm talking about with that.
All right, I mean, what you want me to do? You said it.
I don't want nothing. I don't want you to do nothing, nigga. You gonna do what you gonna do.
I mean, you said it.
Y'all niggas ain't play my fucking record up here.
I ain't heard of records.
You don't need to, nigga.
Why we got an issue, bro?
Because you brought some shit up that I ain't like, nigga, and I don't like that, nigga. I ain't no bitch ass nigga.
I ain't say you was, but you
don't
said
play
it.
Breakfast Club, nigga. Let's get on with the interview.
I don't know what you want me to do.
This is such a highly articulated conversation.
Nigga. That's what I'm saying, nigga. You can't do nothing, big man. You can't do nothing, nigga. I know it's so fucking good, nigga.
I'm here for that.
Playing the garbage, nigga.
So it's still pretty funny that they
Oh my God.
Charlemagne kept asking questions that upset Beans, which created
Express
this very
yourself.
obvious and almost cringy tension throughout the entire interview. Charlemagne kept pressing Beans about his beef with Meek Mill. To fill you all in, basically Meek and Beanie were cool for quite a while, as both rappers are from Philly. But then all of a sudden, after some bubbling rumors of beef, Beanie Siegel took aim at Meek Mill on a podcast. Then Meek posted some text that made it seem like they were cool literally a week before Beans took aim at him. So Charlemagne is saying that it seems like he's just wishy-washy, switching up on his friends, which clearly upset Beans.
But you don't think Beans, after a while, it starts to look like your MO, like when something don't go Beans' way, Beans gets upset? Like
you keep harping on that. Didn't we just answer that?
Whether it was with Hov or like now with me.
That's personal, dog. That was personal. I explained that already. He put the call in, I was there, strapped tooth to nail, ready to bust ass about the because he a part of our family. You understand what I'm saying?
Now, for people that don't know,
you don't. How you don't understand? Because you know why? Because you not from that cloth.
Well, that's cool. I don't get
you not. That's why you don't understand that.
Life's too short to be wasting your time with suckers or people you think is suckers.
Okay, so why I'm here then? Because I think you're a sucker. So I should be out, right?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I wouldn't. I mean, that's me personally. I wouldn't sit there and have a conversation with a sucker.
Yeah, you'll sit here and you'll bash a little girl, little mama till she cry. That's what you do. Coward, nigga.
Me and you talking to each other now. I tell you that I think,
bro,
I
what
think you're
the fuck are you talking about?
You can think what you want.
And I think you be coming off.
That's weird shit, bro. Don't put that in the
It got
fucking
to the
chat,
point
bro.
where Beans would low-key
You
threaten
get fucking
Charlemagne,
banned saying
no
silly
one
shit
would
like
dare
that.
square up with him. But of course, that wouldn't stop Charlemagne the God from pushing his buttons over and over again, right up until
Matter
the
of
end
fact,
of the
that's a
interview.
timeout, cuz.
Well, I know I'm not
That's a
qualified
timeout,
to,
cuz.
but
That
you
shit's
can understand
uncalled
how
for.
some people don't think what you're doing is all the way solid.
You might not think that, and you're not qualified, dog. You're a radio personality, man.
That is
you
a
don't
fact.
come from my world. You wouldn't understand my world. You don't come from my world.
That's a 60-second timeout, cuz.
Yeah.
You better cut that shit out. You better cut that shit out. That shit's weird.
It's dangerous. It's dangerous.
You being weird, dog.
You talking about somebody who went to war with police. It's dangerous. Attempted murders in the height of my career. It's dangerous. You don't know nothing about that, man.
No.
You sit up here and
You
your
got
job
timed
is to
out
play games.
for a minute for
Play with
saying some fucking some ayo shit.
It was clear that
Hey,
Beans was
yo.
close to snapping throughout this entire
Cut that shit
interview,
out.
but he held it together for the whole time. He also
Cut that
dropped
shit out,
classic
cuz.
lines like, "Play with something safe, don't play with me." And fans in the comments all generally supported Beans, saying it felt like Charlemagne was attacking him the
Ain't with that
entire
weird
time.
shit,
so
bro.
besides Charlemagne's comments before about Beans' beef with Meek, there wasn't really
Take that
any
shit somewhere
notable beef
else.
between those
Not
two
here,
outside
dog.
the
I didn't
interview.
fucking deal
And
with it.
afterwards,
I
not
don't
much else
care.
happened besides
I don't care if
DJ
that
and
takes
V
my
and Angela
viewership
Yee
from
reflecting
2
on
to
the
1.
situation
That shit
in
don't
an
matter.
interview with Drink Champs.
Ain't trying to hear that.
He was gonna snuff Charlemagne at that time? I didn't think he was gonna snuff Charlemagne, but I knew he was gonna have some words for him, and I knew it was gonna be tense. See, one thing about Beans is Beans is back in the day he probably would have swung on Charlemagne, but now
Lord
Beans is a
is-
businessman.
Right.
He knows what his beef has gotten him. I mean, because you
Cut
got
it out.
kids that
Yeah,
didn't know
cut
who
it out.
Beanie Siegel
Don't
was.
do that. That
But
shit's weird.
now they know who Beanie is, so now he knows he has to deliver music. So he's gonna.
There's a time and a place for your bullshit, and this ain't the time or the
But I
place.
didn't know that it was gonna get to it.
Right?
Like,
Come
he was
on.
gonna get
Get a
to
little
it.
bit,
But
be a
like I
little bit
said
more
earlier,
fucking self-aware,
Charlemagne
yo.
with his guest is not a one-off occasion. And another iconic one was his beef with Birdman. If you don't know much about Birdman,
goofy
he's
shit.
a rapper and co-founder
Come on
of
now.
Cash Money Records.
Come on now,
who helped
dog.
develop artists
Say
like Lil
goofy
Wayne,
shit.
Drake, and Nicki Minaj. And like Charlemagne, Birdman is also no stranger to beef. So this combo created one of the most iconic interviews in Breakfast Club history.
Yes, sir. I want to start this shit off straight, telling all 3 of y'all stop playing with my name.
Stop playing with my name. Put some respect on it.
Playing with my fucking name.
Stop playing with my fucking chat.
Stop playing with my name.
Playing with my chat. Put some respect on my chat.
Nigga, when my name come up, respect it.
And word when my name come up.
All three of y'all. Stop
Respect my chat.
I ain't gonna say it no more. I wanted to talk to you on your man in your face.
Absolutely.
You understand me? I knew a few places you was at. I could have pulled up, but I don't think that was gangster. I wanted to come look you in your face like a man and tell you how I feel.
Okay.
You understand me? Straight up like a man.
So what's the issue?
No sugar. Ain't no issue. If it was an issue, you'll feel me. I just come to let y'all know. Stop. Put some respect.
Put some respect on my
You
chat.
understand me? When y'all saying my name, put some respect on.
You hear me?
Did you pull up on Ross that way or Trick Daddy?
Man, I'm pulling up on you, nigga.
Yeah, but I'm the radio guy. Why pull up on the radio guy? Don't act tough with the radio guy.
I hear you, my nigga. Y'all finished or y'all done? I ain't got no more talking. Let's rock.
All right.
Put some respect on it.
Yeah.
Well, grand opening, grand closing.
The interview lasted around 2 minutes and was one of the shortest interviews the Breakfast Club has ever had.
Put some respect on it.
Laughing at the interview, some people were also super confused why Birdman came in so hot, since he usually doesn't even do interviews. And it turns out that Charlemagne had been talking pretty bad about Birdman through the years, especially about how the label owner underpaid his artist and him kissing Lil Wayne. Shortly after this interview went super viral and everyone started weighing in on it, giving their opinions, including Birdman himself.
And I felt it was time for me to go sit down and see this man.
Go sit down and see this man.
I think for a
You
few
better go
years,
sit down and
he's
see
been
this man.
slandering my name, just playing with my name and not respecting me. To me as a man, it was,
Not
it was
respecting
deeper than
me.
music to me. So I just wanted to go up there and see what's happening, man. Put some respect on my name, my straight up.
In the rest of the interview, Birdman promoted his Put Some Respect on My Name t-shirt and explained that he usually doesn't pay attention to drama, but since Charlemagne had been talking for years, he felt like the confrontation was needed. But his response was mild compared to Young Thug, who decided to hop in and make some threats at our boy Charlemagne.
Charlemagne, this man nigga torture you, boy. I told you, pussy, I'm gonna beat the fuck out of you.
Then Charlemagne gave his reaction with DJ Vlad, where he said before the interview he had never even met Birdman, so the beef didn't even feel real to him.
Like I always tell people, I'm fully aware of the things that I've said, you know, and you know the things that I've said is, why would anybody ever sign to Birdman when it's a history of him not paying his artists? I mean, you've heard this since the Hot Boy days, and I mean now, the man.
Hot boy days, hot boy days.
Man, you seen them kiss. You know, he's going through.
Hey, yo, hot boy days.
Stage saying F Cash Money after Birdman. So it's like I've expressed that numerous amounts of times. And I'm the radio guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm not out here proclaiming to be a thug. I'm not out here proclaiming to be a gangster. I ain't never told nobody pull up on me and, you know, you gonna see what's up and what's what, you know? I'm a man at the end of the day. But go pull up on the guy that's being tough with you.
Charlemagne then said that Birdman reached out to come back on the Breakfast Club again, but he claims he said no since he felt there was no point after how the first interview went. And since DJ Envy and Birdman are friends, Charlemagne said that shortly after the interview the two spoke on the phone and cleared the air. But Envy wasn't the only one to squash the beef. Even Charlemagne and Birdman eventually did as well.
Birdman is somebody who, me being from the South, you know, he's an OG that I look up to. As far as like what he's built, as far as being a mogul, like you can't deny him. Yeah. You know, you can't deny what Young Money, Cash Money has done. And my man, Big Bank from the Big Facts podcast, he put us on the phone one time together, and I was able to tell him that, you know, and it was just mutual respect, you know. So that was a fulfilling conversation.
And ironically, this phone call ended up being longer than the actual interview. And while Charlemagne's been the main reason for the issues so far, and DJ Envy is usually catching some strays, in an interview with Desus and Mero, DJ Envy was actually the one who started the beef. Desus and Mero are a pair of comedians who got popular with their podcast Bodega Boys, which got them an even bigger late night talk show called Desus and Mero. Then they decided to go on the Breakfast Club in 2018. DJ Envy, who always introduces the guest, opened up by calling the two dickhead and pussy out of nowhere. Envy said the two owe his wife an apology because they made a joke that she was only there for Envy's money. This is because Envy and his wife had a cheating scandal, and they discussed it on a TV show. Desus and Mero reacted to the clip on their show and cracked some jokes, which clearly upset Envy. Envy even had the clip loaded up for the interview.
Everything was fantastic. He was a wonderful father. He never failed at that. I really didn't see any red signs.
He's like, damn, you lying as hell. You lying like a mother. for me. I appreciate you, Queen.
Any red signs. Wow. And when I found out, I hired a divorce attorney.
Wow.
I even began to prep my kids. And
How do you prep your kid? Your daddy ain't shit.
Yeah.
Was ready to speak his piece.
Prep your kids, your daddy ain't shit. That's facts. That's true. That, you know, that's exactly what the fuck happened. He right for that one. He's so right for that.
Oh, to him. Envy. He did it with the echo shit too. Like, yo, I ain't really sorry.
I felt like a letdown. I felt like a failure. And, you know, like I was Rashawn at home, but in the streets I was DJ Envy. So it was two different people. And
I didn't know DJ Envy.
right. And it was a situation.
Oh, you know them DJ Envy checks though. What?
Oh, you know them DJ Envy checks though.
That was a joke, Envy. For real?
That joke when you talk about my wife.
All right, I apologize then.
They assured that it was just a joke and apologized, but Envy was still mad because the guys kept giving excuses for why the joke wasn't a big deal. But eventually the guys apologized even more and also shouted out the Birdman beef.
Okay, cool. You've established that. We understand. We're claro. Boom.
Everything good?
Everything's good.
Sure, y'all don't need 5 minutes, New York style. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, we can go. I got my Spanx on. You know what I'm saying? My shit's tight.
Everybody
good.
We
can go outside. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody woosah's fine.
Yeah,
You guys, you good? Right,
We put some respect on your name. You know what I'm saying?
So, Meryl, you going to therapy now? I heard.
Yeah. It's very important. It's very important.
After a few more slight jokes that they made about Envy throughout the interview, Envy eventually got up and just left.
By the way, man, I don't know what kind of Jamaican voodoo Deezus put on me back in the day. But Deezus was trying to get me out the paint with black women for a long time.
Oh, here we go again. 3 years late. All right, but who? But it's you. You dig your own grave.
I didn't do it.
It's your own grave. Every day you dig your own grave. Like you can't. You just don't leave well enough alone, bro.
What just?
Yo, Envy just walked out here.
I mean, not for nothing. No, we doing a 5-city tour. So I mean, be sure to check that out. We got Brooklyn, Bronx, Queens, Manhattan, Staten Island.
Get to that. Please put the camera on Envy's chair right now. that nigga is light skinned. You hear me?
After this, Angela Yee explained that Envy takes things about his wife very seriously and that joking about it will set him off. The guys were both pretty confused because they weren't sure what else to do besides apologize, which they did multiple times, and then they just continued joking by apologizing to Charlemagne, Angela Yee, the cameraman, pretty much everyone else in the studio, and plenty of other people. Overall, it was a really funny situation, and the comments were all clowning a ton on Envy, saying things like, Envy went to the bathroom to throw air punches in the mirror. Envy calls his wife like, hey honey, I did what you told me to do.
Air
Envy
punches in the mirror is crazy.
Following this interview,
Air punches in the mirror is crazy. Oh shit, he in there making noises, punching the air, yo. Oh fuck. Oh man, the gym gonna tear me the fuck up tonight, man. Oh.
Jesus and
I
Meryl
don't know if I'm ready
talked
for
about the
gym
situation
tonight,
a little
boys.
bit more on one of their episodes.
Fuck me.
DJ Envy got his light-skinned, gum-soled feelings on the Breakfast Club.
Wow.
About you being on a show with your wife discussing why, I don't gotta say it, y'all know why y'all was there.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, we made a joke about that. And you getting mad at me?
Fair.
They rewatched the clip and doubled down, going at how soft DJ Envy's response came off. The comments continued to shit on Envy as well, saying he definitely practiced that confrontation in the mirror a bunch of times. People also pointed out that Envy was being a little bit hypocritical because he was getting mad at the guys and telling them to respect his wife because of a joke when he was the one that cheated on her. Charlemagne took DJ Envy to what Charlemagne deemed the Breakfast Club court, where he accepted the apology and gave context as to why he walked out.
Breakfast Club court.
Now, don't get it twisted. I do accept the apology because when he apologized, he sounded sincere, like he really didn't know, and he apologized and he understood. The reason I left the interview is because you're a jokester, you're a comedian, and
Why does it always come back to Charlemagne?
And you make everything funny, and I was mad, and I didn't want that energy up here. So I said I'm just gonna remove myself from the situation. If somebody falls on their face and busts their nose, you make a joke out of it. That's
because I'm just trying to lighten the mood.
No, you're not.
You already hurt. So why continue to just add on to the pain?
What's even funnier is that people called in after this and told Envy they just didn't agree with him. But in the end, it seems that the beef was squashed after Desus and Mero sent a lighthearted joke gift to Envy.
Well, a year ago, DJ Envy walked out of our appearance on The Breakfast Club.
And this week, to celebrate his walkout anniversary, we sent him a peace offering, and he loved it.
Shout out to Desus and Mero. They sent me a gift last week, man.
Oh, what they send you?
Drop on the clues
You didn't
box
tell
for
us
my guy,
that.
Desus and Mero.
They sent me a gift last week, man.
What they send you?
We got an edible arrangement that said happy anniversary from Dickhead and Pussy.
Envy's wife even addressed the situation when she went on The Breakfast Club. And while Desus and Mero had a much funnier incident, Lil Mama's interview would become so infamous and such a bad look for The Breakfast Club that many people in this video actually referenced it. Lil Mama's a successful rapper and actor, but you might remember her from how Jay-Z's 2009 VMA performance ended when she just invited herself up on stage. She was 20 at the time that this happened and still went on to have a long and successful career, but this incident definitely had a bit of negative impact. 2 years after the VMAs and a break from music, Lil Mama appeared on The Breakfast Club to explain the situation.
Special guest in the building?
I can't believe this.
What?
I honestly can't believe that she showed up.
It's poppin', Lil Mama.
Now, Lil Mama,
Not
you know,
crazy.
we give it to you hard on this show.
Already.
You know, one of my nicknames for you is the voice of the young struggle face.
What?
It's because you're young, but you have an old face. Like how Drake says, you know, really too young.
You just young struggle face?
Feeling this old. I got an old soul, but I feel like people tell me I look 12, 13. They tell me I'm sexy.
Room have heard. Everybody in this room has heard. Everybody says, okay, Lil Mama got to be like 30 something, right?
All right.
I don't think it's necessarily
All right,
true that they
Judge.
focus on one female at a
Thanks,
time.
buddy.
I think
You have a
there's
good one,
female
man.
right
We'll
now
be chatting with you
that
later,
you care
bro.
about
That's
that
poppin'.
That has
Right.
generated interest. Like,
I think I'll probably
you
be
only got
trying
one
to stream tomorrow, hopefully.
Right.
One single that people remember.
Probably gonna take it easy at the gym tonight.
And you haven't done anything.
But you
Charlemagne, like usual, came in hot as hell. Charlemagne, for whatever reason, was just roasting her, calling her old, implying she was ugly, and just making fun of her career. And then they eventually got to the elephant in the room, which was the VMA situation.
Now
I'll
let's
say
talk
about
about
47.
Lil Mama's her biggest thing in her life. Not the album, not the TV show.
Yes.
Standing on stage with Jay-Z.
Envy, stop
and
trying to
Alicia
come
Keys.
from my neck talking about the biggest thing
That
in my
was the
life.
That was,
That was
yes,
the-
it was. That was the biggest thing.
Because white people who don't know who Lil Mama
Yes.
is, Asian people who don't know who Lil
Yes.
Mama is, people
Yeah.
over right now in Africa who might not know who Lil Mama is, say, who the hell is that girl
They're
standing
on-
next to Alicia Keys and Jay-Z?
That's when I
right.
realized that you were delusional as hell. Because what made you feel like you could get up and go on stage with Alicia Keys and Jay-Z?
Lil Mama tried to explain that it was just her showing love, but it got poorly received. And then Charlemagne just started making fun of her again.
Yeah,
right,
Jay-Z.
you better let them know.
Jay-Z was like, who's this young man trying to get on stage? They text me.
Yo, Charlemagne's son, his daughter, I just saw him, just beautiful. But anyway, I don't
Are you
regret
high?
it.
And by this point, it seemed like she was getting tired of the comments. Lil Mama continued saying, well, she apologized, she doesn't regret it, and that many people in the industry supported her still, including Snoop.
I'm like,
Snoop gets
you know,
high.
Yeah, Snoop gets high.
So he probably was just
what's
talking
the
out his
difference?
ass.
So what about if Snoop was right here right now? What would you say?
I would say, Snoop, you really want to do a track with Lil Mama?
It's already done.
Oh, you did a track with her?
Yeah, what were you saying?
Wow.
But yeah.
Shut it up, Charlemagne.
Shut it up, Charlemagne!
Yeah.
Listen,
this
are
guy-
the rumors
No,
true?
he's ahead of himself.
Are the,
Literally.
are the rumors true about Keisha Cole shooting a biopic and you're going to play a young Frankie?
You know what? I saw your little video. You're a mess. You need to stop. You need to stop it.
Charlemagne, of course, took issue with this. They took a call from quite a few Lil Mama fans who kept offering support, and right after this, Charlemagne went back in on her. He also said if your face was the Bible, it would be the Old Testament. I just thought that one was crazy. I had to tell you guys. And like I said, plenty of other people called in, and pretty much everyone was supporting her, which it seemed like bothered Charlemagne. He kept shit-talking her, and things were constantly tense. It started to seem like the interview was feeling a bit more friendly, like Lil Mama seemed cool with the jokes and would roast him back, but that didn't last too long. Then Angela Yee stepped in and asked Lil Mama a genuine question, and when she responded, things got serious.
Because for me, Little Mama, I feel like right now you're not focused on doing music. You said that you want to take a hiatus from music. You said that you want to move to Paris and all these different things, which leads me to believe that music is not your focus right now.
Yeah.
So if it was your focus, maybe you would be out there promoting. I mean, you haven't even...
Listen, okay. I've taken a step away from music already. I'm getting back into the music now.
Bro, what? They're trying to remake The Naked Gun? What the fuck, dude? Or they did remake The Naked Gun?
While my mother was dying of cancer.
Why?
That right there alone is a struggle. That's hard.
Right.
That's tough for anybody. But my music will speak for itself. My actions will speak for itself. My mother will be proud. My father will be proud. At the end of the day, and nobody can stop me. Period.
She went on a rant pointing out the hypocrisy of Charlemagne not being supportive and how the show is putting artists down. I think Charlemagne caught the vibe because the jokes kind of stopped and he switched to a more serious note. And DJ Envy tried to end the interview on a high note. A lot of people tried to blame her crying on Charlemagne for bullying her the whole time, which definitely makes sense, but I mean, she kind of started after Angela Yee brought up her mom. So when I watched it the first time, that's what I thought it was. But regardless, this interview caused so many fans to be upset at Charlemagne for being so rude to a 20-year-old girl, which definitely makes sense. Around 5 years later, Lil Mama reappeared on The Breakfast Club with the tension being broken down immediately.
Breakfast Club, we got a special guest in the building.
She's returned to the scene of the crime.
Lil Mama.
Lil Mama's in the building.
What's up, y'all? How y'all feeling?
Now let's clear it up. Last time you was here.
Why you use that?
He's so upset because everybody thinks Charlemagne's a bully.
Yes.
He is a bully. But
Yeah, Charlemagne, you're a bully.
I didn't make you cry, right?
No, not technically, no. No, it wasn't you. You know who it was? It was Angela Yee, because I did see the interview where you said, you know, it was Angela Yee, and then I watched it back. I said, wait, it was Angela. I gotta whoop Angela. No, I'm playing.
So she made it clear that while Charlemagne did bug her a bit, she was mostly upset about her mom. Charlemagne was right back on the jokes though. Then the whole crew tried to get Charlemagne to apologize, but I'm sure you guys can guess that didn't happen.
I think this is a good time for Charlemagne to apologize for that interview.
Hold on, wait, I gotta look cute.
You should apologize.
Because you were very mean.
I gotta look cute when I accept my apology.
And you do look cute.
Not apologizing.
You got to.
You should.
Come on, Charlemagne.
You were really mean. You know, you went a little shy.
Some nasty stuff.
It was jokes.
When Lil Mama doubled down on Charlemagne going too far, she did admit that some of the things he was criticizing about her was accurate. Overall, the episode went much better than the first, so you would think that him and Lil Mama were cool now. But years later on an interview Charlemagne had with Fat Joe, Lil Mama commented, "At Charlemagne the God is a bitch ass dude too." Why? Because when I reviewed tapes on how he tried to trick me, a black young successful woman from the bottom, out of my spot, he actually goes on the list with the cops, killers, feds, and other haters. Charlemagne never addressed this comment. And regardless, this interview went down as one of the worst interviews in Breakfast Club history. If you guys like this video, you might like my similar video about Nardwuar interviews that have gone wrong as well. So make sure to click the video that's on the screen right now. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed. This has been your boy Matty Balls. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like and subscribe down below. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time. When you're a musician, your image is very important to your artistry, and for many people in rap music, historically it's been important to have a harder or a cooler image. But not everyone who has made music in this genre is like that. Some people are honest about it, but other people were likely too insecure to be themselves.
Camera, bro. I will never buy another fucking console camera
rappers
again.
who lied about their image.
It will not happen. There's nothing you can.
Also, I want to clarify,
there's nothing they can do
these
to
guys
get me to
or
buy a
shaming
fucking
them, or
console.
even suggesting that they should be promoting something negative. But many fans do find it very disingenuous when you lie about your lifestyle. And to be honest, the drama that spawns from that is pretty entertaining. So let's check it out.
Yeah, let's check it out.
Rick Ross has created a career that many young aspiring rappers could only dream of. He has 11 studio albums and has featured on countless songs, many of which make up his most popular works.
What the word is? What the word is? What's happening on Steam? Anything going on Steam? Drive Shaft playing anything today? Playing anything this afternoon, Drive Shaft? Condo backups on, what you call it? That's pretty cool on Tower Unite. See if we can get a little bit of this in. A little bit of this, or you can get with that. Are you ready? Are you ready? Stream emotion. All right, let's go see what the fuck's going on in here. This shit takes forever to load. This shit takes 5 years to load. Sales on Stim today. Any big events? Any big sale events? Wizardry looks fun. It's on sale right now. I like the way it's laid out. It looks good. $24 Bono Dineros. 24 Bono Dineros. All right, let's wake it up, boys. Wake it up! Ooh, I might have woken up in a good spot. Ooh. Ooh, we woke up in a good spot. Works for me. PvP, hell no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Let me out. Let me out. Let me out. Oh, yes. Fuck with me now, Mr. Bear. I'll bust your shit up. Ooh. That's a nice spot. Some in-rock bases would be good. There's a base down there. Super close to the main road, though. Super close to that main road. I'm not really sure I want to do all that. I'll try it. Raidable base. If you don't play within a certain amount of days, your base becomes raidable. Try it, boar. I'll bust you up. Oh, that's cool. That looks pretty cool. That's a pretty cool picture. That's a cool picture. Can we get rid of the overlay, I wonder? That's pretty cool. Let me get a little video of this. This is pretty cool. Can we hide the overlay? Is there a way to hide the overlay? No, you can't type /HUD. Options. What is this? How do I turn this off? I pressed off. Why is this all still here? The sun's gonna go down. Is there a way to walk? That was pretty cool. What time is it on the video right now? Check the time on the stream right now. But I do have to. That's modded overlay stuff, so I gotta. Where are you running from? That looks awesome, though. The sunsets in this look fucking awesome. Bro, it ran up on me. Looking for like a little area to make a little den. Water down here. Make something on a beach. Where are we at? Way up here. Anybody got bases around here? I don't even know if we can build here. Well, I guess we'll try. Guess we'll give it a go, I guess. Ah. Where do we want to start the build at is the question. I don't know, putting them on the next to a mountain's a good idea. Or a little hill like this. Let's go to crafting. We need this. We need... Wait, I'm in a PvP zone? What the fuck? I gotta get the hell out of here. This is not where I want to be. Oh, it said entering a PvP zone. And it said safe. PvP cooldown, okay. So I was actually okay. Let's turn all this shit off and see what it does. No, you can still see shit. You can still see the backpack down there, shit. Yeah. Thought you could run up on me, huh, boarface, huh? Ooh. Look around. All right, let's get this place built up a little bit, I guess. Do some crafting. I need to craft cabinet, which I need 1,000 wood for. Not a whole lot I can do right now. Excuse me. Yeah, there was a bunch of stuff that didn't show up. I can't see where the fucking building, so this is not good. Gotta wait till the fucking sun comes back up here. Then again, I'm not sure that this is like the best place. We are close to everything though. Ferry terminal, the supermarket, the junkyard. But we are not fucking close to the outpost, which is not good. I feel like right here is a nice spot. Off the road a little bit. Maybe I should just get a good run on and start moving right now. Taking too long to build can be hugely problematic too, I imagine. I mean, from someone with little to no experience in this game, but... What is this? Loot? Oh, this stuff. Okay. All right, what's going on here? Anything good in here? Food. Need some food. Alright, let's see where we're headed here. Hey, friend. What's going on up there? There's a bear. Something's on fire. Not sure if I want to go about that. Where are we at right now? Yeah, nowhere's near where I want to set up. Nowhere's near where I want to set up. Haven't found a single piece of hemp either. Oh, shit. I'm gonna fucking get it, boys. Oh, shit! Damn! Motherfuckers. Stupid fucking wolves. Pieces of shit. They fucking ganked me. I thought I saw 3 and then there was like 5 or 6. What the fuck? Oh, shit. That did not spawn me right at the fucking place I was trying to go. Fuck yes. Bro, no fucking shot. There's a horse here and everything? What the fuck? Yo, this is exactly where I was trying to go. I'm literally not even fucking joking. Literally the exact spot I was trying to go. No fucking shot. That is fucking amazing. No fucking shot. Wow. That's pretty fucking great. That is pretty fucking great. Pop up here and check the surrounding area. Oh, man. Bro, this is fucking great. I like it, man. I fucking like it, bro. This is great, but considering I don't know fuck all about, like, building good bases, we might be a little fucked. We'll see. I'm not like a gangster ass base maker. I feel like this would be a good spot here, right on the edge. gonna keep it level with this stuff. Okay, let's start here, I guess. Get it up to a point where it's high enough for this. Need more wood, shit. There's just horses roaming around on their own in here? Thought I just saw a horse over there. Maybe it wasn't a horse. Okay. We got the little 2x2 being made there. Got the wall. Fuck, we don't have the shit. Need more wood. Oh, shit. No, need one of these. All right. Go see if we can get some resources. I need a sleeping bag. Desperately need a sleeping bag. I'm not sure how you do that quick grab, where like people just run the mouse over. It grabs everything. All right, I'm not trying to do like a whole ass deforestation of this fucking place, so. The fuck, man? Like, is this thing even still here or what? We still got to play some whatchamacallit, man. Some of that, what's that space game? You know what? Let me get a fucking crosshair first of all. This shit's annoying. Just a fucking red dot there in the center would be nice. There we go. Get some wood here. Gather up, gather up. All right, let's get back down the hill here. Let's get back to the base. Unga bunga, need stone. Unga bunga. Eat them beans, bitch maid. Drink your nasty slop water. Drink your nasty ass slop water. we gotta make one of those. Put on there. All right. What? This can't go in there? What the fuck? Not in terrain. I don't. Stairs never seem to fucking work right in this. They never work right in this, man. I have the hardest fucking time getting stairs to go in this, bro. They're the worst. I don't know how they've continuously stayed as bad as they fucking are. They're atrocious, bro. Not in terrain. How is that not? That's as in the terrain as you could probably fucking get, I would imagine. What the fuck do I know, though, right? All right, what else we got here? What can we make here? A better door. Need metal fragments. Need hemp to make a fucking sleeping bag is what I need. Whoa. Mega lag. Mega lag. Mega laggle. Large oil rig is now online. That must be what the lag spike was. Some people must be hunting newbies or something. Oh shit! They can sense me. Sleeping bag stuff. I need to craft a sleeping bag immediately. I got a sleeping bag. I gotta get back to my base. I gotta get the hell out of here. You still can't make a metal fucking door yet? Fucking hell. This is all shit we can scrap, I think. Seeds. I need to make a box. Some kind of storage box here. And go get wood. Balance 9. Oh. All right, boys. I think I'm gonna wrap the stream up early today. I'm gonna call it there. Thanks for watching and hanging out. Drive Shaft, give me a shout tomorrow, and we'll try to link up for some games, man. Some multiplayer. All right. Yeah, there we go. All right, I'm out of here, guys. You guys have a good one. I'll catch you in the next one.